Hello and welcome back to Fair Weather Trains. It's getting on to the end of the year now and there's no more train fairs till the end of January. So I thought, well, let's just have a look and at some of the bargains or good deals we managed to get throughout the year from train fairs we've been to. So we'll just bring in the first one. They're not necessarily in any order, except perhaps the last one I do, which was the biggest bargain of the lot, but bring in the first one. There we go. That's the Hornby T9. Beautiful looking engine. This one came from a train fair only about a month ago, I think. But these are lovely, really well detailed, as you could possibly see, with a depiction of the valve gear there painted in red. This is a factory weathered one, a Hornby weathered one. Lovely lining on there, lots of metal work or pipe work, cab handles. The weathering's quite tastefully done. I'm not a fan of weathering, but this one's pretty good. The foreplate there between the tender and the cab. Decent looking coal load. Yeah, one of Hornby's better ones. This is from, I think, 2008. And as I say, is a factory weathered version. Features a 5-pole skew well motor, I discovered. Does it run well? Let's have a look. Almost silent. Almost silent. I should say it also features a very well painted cab. I don't know whether I'll be able to pick that up with the light at the minute. Yeah, maybe a little bit, you can see it there, but yeah, extremely well detailed and painted cab. Let's just bring it back. Stop that and have another look. The one thing that lets this down a bit is it's extremely light. There's no weight to it at all, so it doesn't pull a lot. But I think it can get away with it because it's such a good looking engine. What makes these bargains for me is not just the price, it's also they've got to work properly. I mean, it doesn't matter how cheap it is and how beautiful it is. If it runs like a bag of spanners, I'm not interested. So yeah, these are bargains or good deals that happen to be good runners as well and look good. So that's the Hornby T9. That one, I should tell you how much was. That one was £40, boxed with instructions. Yeah, to me that was a bargain. It ran better than I hoped, to be honest. So that one's gone. We'll bring the next one in. There we go. That's the Hornby Merchant Navy class from 2005. And this one is Bibby line. You can see that there. This is from, I think, the best era from Hornby with their steam engines. This again is a 5-pole skew well motor and is from 2005, I think. But again, nicely detailed. I already have another one of these called Clan Line, the more famous one, I guess. And this one unboxed, admittedly, although it was in a box, but not the genuine box, was 35 quid. And I'm certainly more than happy with that. It's got those lovely, I think they're called box pop wheels or something. It's a gorgeous runner. Since I started filming, it seems to have developed a minor squeak from somewhere. Yeah, so there she goes. That's Bibby line. Right, let's get the next two. Bear with me. I can't have too many on the track because I don't want to blow up the controller here. Right, let's bring the next one in. If I turn the right button, here we go. So we've got two together here. So this is two Bachmann diesels, a class 24 and a 25. I'm not sure how old these are. These are in the blue ribboned range, so it's not the latest. But again, these are lovely diesels with plenty of detail. You can just make out the wipers and grab handles there. I believe they've got upgraded versions of these out, but I'm sure these haven't got lights, so I'm sure they've upgraded the lights and probably the DCC capabilities of these. One thing they'd have trouble upgrading is the running ability. Yeah, it's a shame they haven't got lights, but also, like all the Bachmann diesels I've got, they're extremely heavy. Send him away, bring the other one into shot. This one's got a bit of a skew with handrail there, but they're equally as well detailed. They both run beautifully and are both extremely heavy. They've got the big central motor with the all wheels driven. Just missing lights really. And the reason I've done these two together is because we bought them at the same time from the same seller. And for these we paid £35 each. So 70 quid for the two. I think that's a good price. Yeah, they're well detailed and fabulous runners, these. So while you're looking at that, I'll just get the next two ready. Bit of a struggle to get that one on the track over there. Okay. So let's just move these diesel out of the way. And we'll bring the next one in. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned those diesels came out at £35 each. All boxed, all instructions. Yeah, good as new really. Right, so this is the next one. This is a Hornby West Country class called Blackmoor Vale. This I think is from 2006. Yeah, maybe you can read that. I can't read it on my screen at the minute. Blackmoor Vale. West Country class from 2006. Again featuring 5-pole skew round motors, and again, as you can see from the what I think is the best period for Hornby's steam locos anyway. They had good motors and were well made. Again, how well does this run? Let's have a look. Fabulous, absolutely lovely. He's got the nice, looks like copper surrounded windows there, pipes down the bottom. Again, the excellent wheels. Lovely valve gear and the interesting spam can front. Embedded whistle, and on the back of the tender nice ladders, sprung buffers, of course. Yeah, I think this was the peak of Hornby steamers around 2000 onwards for a few years. Yeah, it's a beauty. So we'll take that one off, or round rather. As you can hear, it makes no noise, just wheels on track. And we'll bring in the last one. This is the one that was a serious bargain. Now, I've had a bit of a brain phase and I can't actually remember what this diesel was called. However, this is a Broadway Limited Blue Line diesel. We picked this up from a train fair from a guy who didn't sell trains really, he sold other stuff. He had this on his stand, he had no idea what it was. It hasn't got a box, or it hasn't got the outer of its original box, and it's from 2008. And I say this is a Broadway Limited Blue Line, featuring sound and all that stuff. Couldn't work out how to get it to work properly, and I contacted Broadway in America, and they were very kindly sent me a load of information about it, plus the manuals. And I'm sure you're very familiar with Hornby manuals, like a piece of A4 paper folded in half. This one came with two manuals. One of them is 151 pages and the other one is 28 pages. Most of the 151 is to do with DCC, but not all of it. It's also, as you might be able to tell, if I turn it up gently, don't know if you can hear that, but that's sound fitted on DC. It depends on what voltage you put in it, the different sounds it makes. I mean, I'm not one for sound, but that's pretty clever, isn't it? If I turn it off, it shuts itself down. You can hear that, I'm sure. It's shut down sequence. Bring it forward again. See, the lights are all working. Just bring it back. It's a ridiculously detailed thing. I don't know if you can make out the wipers in there, the wind shades. Beautifully done grills there. Yeah, that's the Broadway Limited. That's the only Broadway Limited engine I've got. Probably the only one I'll ever be able to afford. But you can just make out the driver in there as well, the crew. Sound fitted on DC. It does seems to do bloody everything on DCC, but yeah, I haven't got that. I think this was either 25 or 30 quid. Now the reason this makes this a good deal, because it's not exactly my favourite engine, is simply the value of it, really, and the fact that it runs beautifully. You'll be struggle to pick one of these up for anything less than 150 quid. You might be lucky at Warley, sometimes there's someone there selling them, but they're usually around 150 quid. Brand new, they're crazy money. Also, it's extremely heavy, this thing. I think it's even heavier than the Curascal diesel I've got, which is about 800 grams in it. I believe this is heavier than that. This is knocking on a kilo, and that's why it's my top bargain for this year. It's also a fantastic runner, fast or slow. It's so smooth. You can hear the sound kicking in again there. It's crazy detailing everywhere. I mean, really, I need to get right close up to show you it all, but yeah. So this was our number one bargain or best deal from toy fairs, train fairs we attended in 2023. There is a few others I can show. I may do a part 2 of this or I may not. And see to show you if I found anything, if we got what else we've got that constitutes a bargain. I mean, I just picked these ones off the top of my head because they're the ones I remembered. I'm sure there's a few others there. So I hope that was vaguely interesting. Hope that if it inspires you to attend your local train fair, toy fair, you can usually find something. I mean, that doesn't include all the rolling stock and stuff I've got. We've got very little brand new stuff. It's all second hand, mainly from toy fairs, at a fraction of the cost it would cost new. So there you go. I hope that was vaguely interesting. If you're watching this before Christmas, have a good Christmas. If you're watching it after Christmas, I hope you had a good Christmas. And we'll see you in the next one. Not sure what I'm going to do next. I mean, it's that time of year when all YouTubers seem to do a top 10, so maybe I'll try and think of something different to do in that type of video. And we'll see how we go. So thanks very much for watching. See you in the next one, and happy Christmas.